Hey everyone, I know there's just the three of you on, but we'll go ahead and get started. Maybe other people will join. Just please raise your hand and I'll call on you.
Hey, Annette, can I get recording privileges real quick?
Yes, I was just about to start that for you.
Oh, no worries. Thank you.
Alexa, you can go ahead and go first.
Hi, Kurt. How last few days of practice gone, and what are the focuses going into the game tomorrow?
Yeah, nice to be back on the practice floor. We were able to get a lot of self work here early in the week with a little bit of extra time to prepare for Atlanta. Obviously changed and turned our focus to Atlanta recently. Very dynamic team with a ton of weapons that we're very familiar with and know that they're going to come in and really be hungry. So, got back to work on ourselves now in late here, preparing for a really talented, offensively talented Atlanta team.
Is there a focus to obviously 2 games before the Olympic break, but that Olympic break is looking really nice, I'm sure, right about now. So is there a focus to make sure you all take care of business in the next, 3-4 days, and then you can enjoy your break after that?
Yeah, trying to stay, focused first Atlanta. Obviously, New York's on the horizon to end the first half before the break. Just trying to really stay focused and not get ahead of ourselves, not be it's like the college Christmas game, right? Can't be on Christmas yet. We can't be on the Olympic break yet. Our All-Stars can't be already in Vegas thinking about the All-Star game. Message. Just stay locked in here, preparing, get back into a game situation. And again, we have great respect for Atlanta and Atlanta's personnel.
If you don't mind me asking, when do the All-Stars actually leave for Vegas? Would that be are they going to leave right after the game on Sunday or the 12th? Do you know off the top of your head?
Yes, they leave on the 12th.
Okay. Gotcha.
I mean, I think we play on the 11th, right? Yes. Like I said, the All-Stars, our 3 All-Stars will leave on the 12th. And that's when the league would if they're not already able to get there earlier, that's when they want all the All-Stars there on the 12th.
Gotcha. Okay.
They'll have a practice. They'll have a practice on the 13th.
You do not have a practice, you said?
They will practice on the 13th.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. That makes sense. Okay. Thank you.
John?
Hi, Coach. Thank you for your time. Could you walk us through a little bit what happens during the break? Like how long is the team away? When do they come back? When do practices restart?
Yeah, everybody's different across the league, John. We're going to attack it where we think it's fairly important for their mental health and ability to get away and refresh and then come back ready for that 12-game grind heading into the playoffs. So we were committed to giving them 2 weeks off, which we also included with that with the All-Stars. So the players that are not All-Stars benefit from the fact that we have some All-Stars. So we will start to return and test with the hope of beginning practice on the 30th at the earliest.
Okay, thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Any other questions, Gabby?
I'm just throwing so many emojis out there right now. I don't know what's happening in my hands. Hello. What can be said about Breezy? I mean, we've talked about her a lot, but where did this game open up for her this year that has led to that first All-Star bid? What has she been able to do, whether it's herself that she's gotten there, but then also you helping open the game up for her in those opportunities?
Yeah, I think obviously the message has been to players to stay ready when they're not immediately a starter, not immediately.
No, we're still talking.
And so obviously
I'll let you just do audio. The only thing is because Gabby's on.
Annette, I can hear you. So the credit goes to her that she's really taken advantage of her opportunities, first with JJ's opt out of the bubble, and now with Alyssa Thomas's injury, really was prepared and ready for this opportunity over the last 2 years and has taken great advantage of it. Obviously, with AT out of the lineup, Gabby, we knew we were going to have to play at a little bit slower pace. And within that pace, we were going to have a concerted effort, an intentional effort to not only play through our post game, but play through the paint with our guards. And so the system, the way we are trying to attack people this year has benefited her. But the other caveat that probably doesn't get talked about enough is she's in the best shape of her life. She had another great international season and she came back ready and just really confident. But nutrition, buying into nutrition and your fitness level at this elite level is so important. And you see it with the pros that have really extended their career. You look at what Sue Bird has done and Diana Taurasi and these players that play into their mid-30s and beyond. It's all about fitness and nutrition. And you have to give a huge shout out to Bree Jones that she's in the best shape of her career, which has allowed her to log the minutes that we're asking her to log and to be able to guard the players in her position at this league at the elite level. And then offensively be able to shoulder some of our offensive burden and really carry us on nights. So just so much credit to her work behind the scenes on her fitness and nutrition, and not just her skill. That fitness and nutrition has gone a long way for her.
That's got to be a success story you love to see from a coach's perspective, right?
Well, it's a great example for, the players coming behind her. We joke about it, but there's a seriousness too. It's like, like the rookies come in and it's not universal, but for the most part, it's like, where can they get their Chick-fil-A? Where can they get their McDonald's? Where can they get their Taco Bell? And then they see their veterans eating fish and eating, and eating healthy and getting their vegetables and all that. So it seems simple, but it's a great success story for the younger players coming behind Bree Jones. Again, you look at our veterans, you look at Jazz Thomas, you look at Bree January and how much fitness and nutrition means to them. And then you understand why these pros are still having productive careers and have extended their careers into their early and mid-30s.
Is there anyone within the team that helps with that, or is that pretty self-led and just within the veterans passing that down? How do they navigate their nutrition?
It's a good question. A little bit individual based. There's some people that are really comfortable in their cooking and comfortable with their food choices, and so they don't need a lot of help. We, again, are trying to be the model franchise and helping provide resources. Part of those resources is the ability to connect with a nutritionist, is the ability to connect. We are also working with a local food prep and a food service. I don't know if that's the right term, but also helping create meals. We have a great partnership with a local food place that is creating meals for these guys, all again, more on the healthy side. And we're really excited about that new partnership.
I'll have Annette give me the technical term for food place, but that's good.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Kurt. You're all set. And Gabby, I'll get to that. Thank you. We'll go ahead and open up to some questions. Please raise your hand. Alexa?
Hey, Bree. What's just the last, let's see, how long has it been since you guys last played? I don't know, week or so been like? I'm sure you had a few days off, but then back to the court, and you have these two before you finally get a break. But it seems like the focus is just to make sure you guys come out strong and then you can enjoy your break afterward.
Yeah, so I mean, this past week that we've been in practice has just been about working on us and cleaning up some things defensively, offensively, and our execution. And I think, moving forward, these last two games, these last two Commissioner Cup games, getting 2 wins so that we can go on vacation, on a high note.
For sure. Obviously the loss last week, was a tough game, but do you feel like you all were able to kind of learn something from that, and whether or not that's X's and O's or just how you need to approach the game to come out strong in the next 2 games?
Yeah, that last game, I think it was more about us, and I think they played hard the entire game. They came out hard, intense on defense. They were ready for that second game. They were hungry, being a team 1-16 or 1 in whatever. But they were hungry for a win, and I think they just came out and played harder. And I think we can learn from that for sure. We can be better in all of our execution, defensively, offensively. So I think, there's a lot of things that we can work on. And we did a lot of good things too, but if we want to be a championship team, we just got to be better in all aspects of the game.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Thanks.
Jackie, you can go.
Hey, Bree, this is Jackie Powell with Bleacher Report. Nice to meet you. I'm usually in the Liberty Zoom, so I'm not often in Connecticut. So nice to meet you. So your coach was talking a lot about how he wants you all to focus on the now, but I'm gonna break that a little bit because you are a first-time All-Star. So I've got a couple questions for you about that, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So I want to ask you how you think this All-Star game might mean a little bit more to Team WNBA and sort of to prove on a really big stage that the best players in the world aren't necessarily all on Team USA.
I think it's going to be a good game. There's going to be great players on both sides. And it means a lot. Just, going, being on the All-Star team first and then going against the USA team, just, getting them prepared to go play in Tokyo. And, for me, it's just going to be like, we're playing this game, win or lose, we're making them better. They're going to go to Tokyo better because we're going to play them and we're going to give them a challenge. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. And I think it does mean a lot, but we'll see how it goes.
If Team WNBA was to defeat Team USA, what type of message does that send if that were to happen?
It would send a big message. It would send a big message, like there's players that feel like they should be on that team. There's players that could have made that team, but there's, like I said, there's a lot of good players in this league. You can make a case for a lot of players. So it's just going in there with that chip on our shoulders. I think it's gonna be a good game.
I love it. Final one from me. How does someone like you, Courtney Williams, Benijah Laney, Arike, Kalia Copper, there's a huge group of first-time All-Stars. How do you approach a game, as an All-Star for the first time?
For me, it's just going in there, doing what got me there, continue to play my game and try to impose myself in the paint. I think for all of us first-time All-Stars, it's just, taking in the moment, also, taking time to enjoy that because it doesn't come around all the time. So I think for me, just, going out and enjoying myself and then, still trying to play my game while I'm out there.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
John, go ahead.
Hi, thank you for your time. First of all, congratulations on the Player of the Week award and the All-Star game. And just curious, since you've raised your game to an even higher level, does it feel any different for you when you're playing during the game or even after the game, looking back?
I think for me, it doesn't feel too different other than just, being more confident, being more aggressive, looking to score more, I think, for me. And then, the game has slowed down a little bit for me in my 5th year now. Just being able to make reads and, on defense, getting stops. I think it just, it took a little bit of time, took experience. And once I got that experience, especially in the bubble last year, that helped a lot, going into this season. But I think for me, it's just, the game has slowed down a lot for me. And I've been able to make more reads, in the paint.
Thank you. And good luck in the All-Star game. Have fun.
Thank you.
Gabby, you can go.
Hey, talk to Kurt a little bit about what he thought opened things up for you this year. And one of the big things is he said she showed up prepared. She showed up in the best shape of her life. How did you get to that? How did you get to best shape of your life?
Well, playing overseas this year in Prague, had a lot of time. We were in quarantine. There wasn't a lot to do outside of practice and, working out. And, I was, in my apartment most of the time. The most I went is to the grocery store. So there's a lot of time to focus on me, focus on lifting and just focus on what I was eating, what I was putting in my body. So I think I had a lot of time to focus on that and change some things, and that definitely led me to be ready when the season came in. And I think I was ready last season, but with COVID and everything, I was stuck in quarantine, so it's a little different, coming from playing overseas and then having that couple months break and then getting ready for the bubble. So I felt ready last year too, but this year I felt even more ready.
And he said too, it's that switch for a lot of players of realizing that they need to fuel their body correctly too. So when did you start to make that switch of understanding that it's about what you put into your body that helps you get more out of it?
I think I've always been cognizant of what I was putting in my body, but I think I did, this past year, I definitely took like even deeper look, like how much I'm eating, when I'm eating, like fueling up for games and stuff, and when I'm eating before the games. And I think just, being more mindful of those things definitely let me allow me to, get my body where I wanted it.
So I'm going to have you walk us through a menu then, but let's take it step by step. I won't overwhelm you. So when you were playing in Prague and you were in that work on your body mode, knowing you had more time to work out, what was a typical day? What was a typical menu like for you in that moment?
Okay, so for breakfast, I would usually have some type of oatmeal. Like, the whole TikTok trend, the baked oatmeal thing, I kind of was trying to try different flavors because I like to cook a lot. So I like to experiment different things. So, but yeah, I definitely had a lot of oatmeal and I try to switch it up a little bit, different flavors and everything. And then, go to practice, come back, have a protein shake or something, have lunch, which, could be like a salad, could be leftovers from the night before. I don't know. It depends. And then, for dinner, my favorite is salmon. So I usually would have like a salmon with, vegetables, something. Something like that. That would be like the average day.
And then what about a game day meal for you, or game day kind of progression for you?
So game days, we usually go to shoot around. It's pretty early, so I don't usually eat too much before that. And then after, I usually eat breakfast before before the game. Like after I come back, it's like around 10 or 11. I'll eat breakfast usually before the game. I don't know. It's just something I've gotten used to now. So I would have eggs, like a veggie scramble kind of thing, English muffin, something like that.
Is there anything you used to eat either before games or before practices that you're like, yeah, no, I can't put that in my body anymore?
I wouldn't say there's nothing that I ate like before the game other than probably like my first season, I wasn't cooking as much while I was here because I was still getting used to like the whole, shoot around and going home and coming back because I would come back to the gym super early. Like I would stop and get Panera sometimes. So I just think I've been more mindful of like as cooking my food, like trying to cook more of my food, just so I know like what's going in my body, like how much I'm putting in my body. So I think that was more of a thing.
And last food question, I think, since you like cooking, what's your favorite thing to make, whether it's for yourself or cooking for any of your teammates, or what do you like to cook?
So I like to cook and I like to bake, and I like to bake macarons. That's like my favorite thing to bake for people and for myself.
Jazz is a baker too. Do you guys have bake-offs at all?
No, we haven't had any bake-offs yet. So maybe that's coming in the future.
Okay, one more food question, I swear. We talk about Tom Brady's weird diet. Do you have any Tom Brady moments, like no coffee ever? Anything like that?
No, not really. Because honestly, even when I was like still being mindful, I still wanted to like have something for myself. So I had like at least chocolate or dessert every night. So it's still, for me, it's just like, my guilty little pleasure at the end.
I feel confident I can grocery shop for you now. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Breezy. You're all set. Thank you, everyone.
you.
We'll bring in Natisha.
Just raise your hand.
Go ahead. Take it away, T.
I know the routine.
Annette, they're gonna get you out of a job now.
Hey, it's
You're
fine with me. I'm
there.
not going to be here tomorrow. So, Natisha, go ahead and call on your participants.
Yep. John, I see you have a question.
I do. Being that you're from Wisconsin, do you follow the Milwaukee Bucks or Milwaukee Brewers at all?
Yeah, mostly the Bucks.
Are you predicting them to win in the NBA championship?
Man, I know that if they win, it's gonna be jumping in Milwaukee. Me just not only being from Wisconsin, but playing basketball in Milwaukee at Marquette, I feel like they need to win this. I'm rooting for them.
Me too. So good luck. Thanks.
Yep. Alexa.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Hey, Natisha. How's just the last week been having, I guess, a few days off, getting back on the court, and you have these 2 games before then you have a real long break. So I'm sure you guys are focused on trying to get those, 2 wins and then enjoying what's next, but focusing on basketball first for now.
That's exactly it. We had a good week of practice, really competitive, really getting after it and trying to get back to us, some basketball, feeling very prepared, going into the game tomorrow. And yeah, like I said, just trying to get these last 2 wins before we have a nice little break.
Anything in particular you all are focusing for the Scout against Atlanta? You played them, feels like forever ago, but you guys are both a little bit different teams.
Yep. They're just super, super athletic. That's, their team has that about them. So we're just really trying to, stop them in transition and get their guards under control.
Gotcha. Thank you.
No problem. Gabby?
Hey, so I know you've been starting more games recently, but when you don't start and you do watch, the beginning of the game from the bench, what do you take in? What's your perspective when you have that time from the bench? What are you trying to key in on so that when you come in, you can make the most impact?
Yeah, just when I'm just on the bench when the game starts, just seeing the flow of the game, seeing what the opponent is doing on defense, what they're maybe focusing on offense, just gives me a chance to really see the game from a different perspective. So, and then, when I come off the bench, I bring energy and vibes and whatnot.
Well, that energy too, that was going to be my next question. Is there any joy in there for you of watching your opponents get tired and know what you're about to hit them with?
I mean, I just feel like I just take what the defense gives me, and my teammates do a really good job setting me up. I feel like we all set each other up for success. So it's super fun. And I said like a couple weeks ago that, you just value every second on the court and really don't take it for granted.
Now, one last question for you. I heard that Breezy likes to bake, and I know Jazz likes to bake. Have they cooked you and have they baked you anything?
So I really, yes. Jazz has made some stuff that I haven't tasted. Breezy, I didn't even know she baked. Actually, I'm gonna have to maybe test something out, but I'm really not into the baked sweets that much. I'm more like a candy, like Sour Patch Kids and stuff like that. I like cookies though.
Put in that order.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. Brendan.
Hey, Natisha. Just wanted to ask about your thoughts on Courtney Williams as a player and what you've seen on film or any kind of relationship you've had with her. What your thoughts are on her game?
Like I said, just having the opportunity to play with Courtney, that's my dog. She's just cool on off the court, and her game really speaks for itself. She's probably got the best mid-range game I've ever seen in life, and she just got that sway. And I'm excited to play against her. We're really going in there trying to shut her down. So,
thank you.
Any more questions for Natisha?
Do you like your new role as head of PR?
I do. It's fun. Annette got a cool job.
You have to answer our emails all the time, though.
Oh, no, I'm just going to do this part of the job. That's it. That's it.
Fair enough.
All right, y'all. That is it. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Natisha.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.